ankle. You guys ever do front to back on your heels and balls?
No, but we will tonight.
Left foot, rotate ankle. Foot, whatever you want to say it. Other way. Other side. Other way. Check it out.
Ooh, I got my knee finally. Thanks, Ben. You made my knee crack shaking it. Finally, all day I've been eating that. I said, thank you.
No problem.
Ben Shokan for the win.
We're ready.
All right, good deal. Thank you, Ben. Sorry, I had to handle a couple. Can people hear me?
Hi, Sister.
Okay, all right. Yeah, sorry, I had to make a phone call. Laura forgot her card. She ordered food. You know, it was a family emergency. So we got that done. There's a black box there that says Randall. You can see that. It's my buddy Randall in Russellville. And I don't know if he knows we can't see him or he's just watching. But hey, welcome aboard. All right, good deal. Yeah, so Drew Downster should be about a half hour late. So let's just do some Kihon. Where are you at tonight, Sarah?
Tyler.
Tyler? I've heard of that.
Yep.
I don't see any roses behind you. So you can't be in Tyler. It's not Tyler if there's no roses. All right. Hey, Sarah, what's number first?
Double punch.
Hey, there's Randall. He's taking a picture of us. Hang on a second. Let me switch my thing here. Callie, oh, I just did that update for this, and now it's got all kinds of crazy new settings. So Sarah, I think it's really important for you to know the basics and the order of the basics. Hint, hint.
Yeah.
All right, what's next? Well, what's first?
Double punch.
Double punch. Which level? I don't know. Could be any level.
Medium.
All right, shoot on Suki. Double punch. B, can you count?
I should say, Mike, H, B, some, G, go, hey, rope, sit, touch, kick, two, hey.
And then
What's
high
that?
double punch. High double
Same thing.
punch.
Hi. Hey. Come on. Hey. Meet. So. Shoot. Go. Yep. Sit. Hatch. Two. Two.
Hey.
Good deal. What's next?
single bone block.
Ooh, so
Double bone.
ooh, farther away.
Um,
It's a double bone in it.
yeah.
Sweet.
Sweep. Punch block.
There you go.
There you go. Ben, do you want to count?
Hey. Hitch. Knee. Done. G. Go.
Hey.
Rope. 6. Touch.
Big rest.
2. G.
Yeah, what's the number on Roller Dojo?
Head above your butt.
No.
Make sure it's penetrative.
No. B, what's the number on Roller Dojo?
Step stance technique, Sensei.
No. Randall, what's the number on Roller Dojo? He just dropped off. He's
Nope.
straight wrist, right? Your wrist is always going to be straight. Straight.
This is-
Straight. Right? Straight. Straight. Right?
Mhm.
Straight.
Yes, Sensei.
Straight.
Hey.
How's your wrist going to be? Straight, right? So when you're doing these blocks, even when you're doing this one right here, you know, it's straight. It's straight, right? So remember your wrist is going to be in alignment just like you are when you're punching, only it's here now. Okay? So, all right, good deal. So next.
Cross body block.
There we go. B.
As I say, come on. Ich. Knee. Thumb. Knee. Go. Hey. Drop. Stitch. Touch. Hit. Two. Hey.
And the block.
How many bones?
Double
How many
bone.
bones?
Single bone. Single bone.
There you go. Gakuke. Come on. Hey. Don't. Shoot. Go. Up. Stitch. Hatch. Shoot. Shoot.
Hey.
Good deal. And next.
Down block. Shoot though.
There we go. Keep an eye on the senpai. Mention Khan.
That's Sensei.
Hitch.
Yeah, someone's coming in now.
Knee. Done. G. Go.
Hey.
Rope. 6. Touch. 2. G.
Oh, careful, there's a wall behind you.
Yeah. Just learn that.
All right, number next.
Punch. Double punch.
There we go. B.
As I say, double punch ki. Come on. Ich. Hit.
Chi.
Knee. Hit.
number next.
Down block.
Down the Brooklyn. Come on. Hits. Hit. Don't. Shoot. Go. Whoop. Six. Touch. Two. Two. Sige na bago.
And double bone block.
Okay. Benching con.
Hey. Hit. Knee. Done. Shiki. Go. Rope. Switch. Touch. Go. Two.
Sige na bago.
High block.
Ay ba, Jordan kay. Oh, come on. Hits. Swing. Don't. Shoot. Out. Roll. Six. Hut. Two. Two.
And
McIntyre, what's next?
punch kick under.
Hey, look at her go. Who is it? B.
As I say, come on. Itch. B. Stomp. G. Go. Hit. Go. Stitch. Touch. Kick. Two. Hey.
Take it back.
And we do, should be like a down block, right? Because it goes with the arms again, and then we go to the feet.
What
Should
did we
be
just do?
something like that, yeah.
What did we just do, Sarah?
Punch kick under.
Okay, so then we're gonna break it down.
It's getting cold. Yeah.
So then we're just gonna do double punches again,
Single.
single punches.
Make.
There you go.
I think it's Ben's turn.
Benching con.
Hey. Hit. Hit. Knee. Done. Go. Two.
Mm,
All right, MCT, what's next?
front kicks.
Hey, I got a. Come on, hands on your hips. Hits. Hit. Don't. Shoot. Go. Up. Six. Hot. Two. Two. Ooh. What next?
Shin kicks.
You
Block.
good?
kick.
There we go. Even better. Oh, there's Judancha, just in time. B, come up.
As I say. Come on. Itch. Neat. Come. Neat.
Hey, Judancha.
Go. Hey. Go. Sit. Hut. Hit. Two. Hey.
You're gonna buckle.
Those side kicks,
But lower.
shin kicks.
There you go. Then she could. Actually, Judancha, just get him off.
Hey, back, deep. Deep. Whoop. Deep.
Don't fall down.
Oh,
Hey.
deep. That's. Deep. Deep.
Yeah.
He's not used to having all that yoga mat stickiness under him.
No, I'm not.
Oh, he's got. Oh, look at
Yeah, check that bad
that.
boy out.
Yep.
Oh, you got the
Oh,
one?
taped up and everything.
So cool.
Nice. Everyone should be like Judancha. Even me, really. But cool deal. Well done. All right. Take it back over there, McIntyre.
Now side kick.
There we go. Mr. Khan.
Just when you think it's safe to go back on mute.
Itch.
Nope.
Neat. Thumb. She. Go. Rope. Sit. Hutch. Go. Jill.
All right. Take it back.
Missing out the sidekicks.
Okay. Side kick. What is it? Front kick?
A sidekick to the front.
Kinda.
Kick to the front. Okay.
Best of all worlds. B.
As I say, come on. Bitch. Neat. Thump. Cheek. Go. Take. Rope. Sit. Hutch. Cute. Two. Hey.
To get a Michael.
Roundhouse.
Roundhouse. Woo. Shoot on tip.
Hey, come on. Free kicks, low, medium, high. Come on. Deep. Deep.
Good, Charles.
Day.
Nice.
Mark. Six. Kick. Kick.
Okay, Bongo.
Then it's back kick.
Kick it back. Bench account, or B, who's next?
That's a sabaki count. Come on.
Look at that.
Itch. Knee. Snug. Kick. Go. Hit. Up. Sit. Touch. Kick. Jig. Ha.
All right, let's do 10 more of those. And let's
That's
actually do the number one roll this time.
a say.
All right, so look, knee up, knee back up and down. All right,
That's a say.
and also remember you're not off at a 45. You're not coming out that way. Right, you come straight back. Bam, bam. In close, operating in close.
Hey, come on.
Push it up.
Itch. Knee.
Yep.
Snug. Cheek.
Knees up.
Go.
See you, Randall.
Hit. Up. Sit. Touch. Kick. Jig.
Knee up. Up, out. Ooh, and maybe even if you're on foam, but up, back, up, back here, right?
I can say.
Someone over there, Joe?
Knees up.
Starts in the same spot
Knees
today.
Every kick starts the same way. All right, Tsukunabago, if you can remember.
Kick. We did side kick.
We did.
Need one
Does
of
that mean
them.
we're not going to do it ever again?
Oh, okay. Side kick, front kick.
Hey. Bishinkan. Hey, don't mute yourself.
Itch. Knee. Sun. Cheek. Go. Switch. Itch. Knee. Sun. Cheek. Go.
Hit.
And then front kick, side kick.
That's a gimme. All right. Junasha.
What? Hit.
Hit.
That's it. Hit.
Sige lago.
Down block.
What's so special about that?
Ki every time.
Nope.
Hmm.
Oh, we go. I say it wrong every time, so I gotta say it right.
Well, technically, I say it wrong every time too.
Forward, fast, slow back.
That'll work. B.
As I say, come on. Pitch, knee, sun, cheek, go. Pitch. Knee. Sun. Cheek. Go.
Sige lago.
I got this. Punch, sweep, jab.
Close, bud.
Block, sweep, jab.
I really should have these. I really should have these written down somewhere that you could refer to them, sort of,
Okay.
off the
It's,
screen where nobody would know.
You know, if I wouldn't have moved, I would have had it with me.
All right. Yeah, if only you weren't somewhere where there's a guy who might have that written down somewhere.
Reverse punch.
There we go. Georgia.
Come on.
Hit. Hit. Hit.
Ooh.
Hit. 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 I think we lost Dragancha's sound.
Really?
He's faster than the speed of sound.
That must be it.
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you okay. It sounds like you're
Yeah.
shouting across the room though.
Well, I am across the room.
So you sound great. So actually, when I was watching it, I would see you go like, each. I was like, man, he's fast. You must have a really good instructor. May not be able to hear me now. And we're so close. Check 1 2, check 1 2 3, check mic, 1 2 3, check mic, check yes, check 1 2 3. Can you hear me in the back? Check.
Yes.
I'm just actually asking if Drew can hear. Drew.
I can hear you. Can you
don't
guys hear me now? Can you
Excellent.
hear me?
5 by 5. I can hear you.
To answer the earlier question,
All right.
it did sound like I was across the room because I am across the room. So now,
Well, whatever. You could turn off the light and get in bed before it gets dark. All right, what's next?
Block,
McIntyre. Uh-huh.
sweep, jab.
Works for me. Who's next?
Pete,
B, come up.
Say, come on. Itch. Me. Sound. Cheek. Blue. Hit. Rope. Sit. Touch. Kick.
Chicago.
Roadhouse.
Roadhouse. What do we got? I don't want to push you, but what do we got?
No. Okay. Knee, floor punches.
That's right. This is where this phone thing comes in handy.
Mm.
Knuckles. Come on, hits. See? Bump. Shoot. Go. Whoop. Stitch. Hatch. Coo. Jew.
Hey.
Toesies. Toesies. Hits. Knee. Salt. Sheep. Go. Whoop. Stitch. Hutch. Coo. Jew. Push-ups. On your knuckles if you're so inclined. Come on, hits. Knee. Salt. Sheep. Go. Up. Stitch. Hutch. Coop. Chew. Stretch back.
I say, did you hear that they did away with sit-ups in the PRT now? You do planks?
Yeah? See?
Yeah.
We are affecting change.
That's right.
On the submarine force, we would just call them taking a nap, but that's okay. Speaking of planks, plank position. Come on. Agility. We don't need to sit up anyway. Just roll out of the rack. Happy. Stretch it out. Recover. If you can. Just get. Hey.
I'm wondering if it's on my
Go up.
Right. Yeah,
If
this
you can.
yoga mat is also reversible. It's got like
Huh.
the whole other thing on the other side.
There's two sides to every yogi.
That's right.
Yeah, good deal.
But it's a
Very good
it's a
deal.
wave. This one, the one that I got is a wave, a curve, a wave that's about to break. I was like, that seems pretty suitably martial arts.
Mhm.
That's just like you.
Flow like water. But yeah, it moves around a lot on carpet. So
Yeah, that's part of the, some of the fun. It does do that. Oh, whew. Yeah, right after you had sent that text, I like something broke at work at like 5:20,
Weird.
and I was like, well, okay.
yeah. I was tracking down a particularly nasty caching bug.
Oh, gotta stay away from them caching bugs. Where is that thing that I'm looking for here?
You're trying to do some changes, and it's like it would work in some places and not others. And it's like, what in the heck is going on? And in my environment with the debugging and stuff, it worked perfectly. And then it didn't. And it was like, what just happened? What the heck? I did not change anything. What?
It works on my screen.
Right.
Works on my machine.
You look like a young
I don't.
Getty Lee in that picture.
Yeah. So for those of you that see Ben Shinkon, you didn't see this picture the other day. This is, hang on, let me do this. Boop. See if that's a little bit better. Yeah. So, oh, almost the same size. There we go. See if I can. I'm in the past.
Right.
Check that. I sent this out. We were switching out the garage, and I found the old photo albums. Sarah, this is for you, most likely. Back in the day, we used to take pictures, and they would print them out, and you'd put them in albums.
You
What?
had to go somewhere to get
Anyway,
them out. Couldn't even just do it at home.
yes, and you had to wait.
I remember these times.
I worked at I worked at Kmart, and I was in the electronics section, so I was the one who used to do that. I was like, I got in trouble once because somebody said I was like, look, the assistant manager said I was looking through somebody's pictures. I'm like, no, they were showing me their, hey, look, yeah. Anyway, but so I sent this to some of the guys. There's a photo app. There's an app for everything, so you can like take pictures and kind of scan them in just with your phone. And so I just took some pictures real quick of pictures back in the old days. And one of the things I posted on the Facebook, put this up on Facebook, and one of the things that Shipe Sensei pointed out was this was his original dojo, not his dojo, but the dojo he started out in our system in. Hey, puppy. But this is like back in '86 or '87, somewhere around there. I just got my green belt, I think. It's pretty funny. That's the man with no name. When you hear us talk about the man with no name, that's him.
Yeah.
But as I pointed out, there's only 2 people that I know are still doing karate in this picture. maybe a third. So by the way, I took a couple extra pictures, and on Thursday, that way Colton's here, so he won't miss it. I'm gonna put up a couple other extra pictures, and we can talk about those, and just kind of talk about training and lineage and stuff like that. But I found that was kind of cool. So that's Grand Sensei right there when he was a young thin man. Yeah. So anyway, it's yeah. And then you saw that picture I posted of him getting thrown. So when you go to camp, Foster Sensei used to get thrown a lot. Like every time you turn around, hunch you out on the ground. And you know, as the years went on, he was like, woo, and then as the years go on, he's like, ooh, and then eventually I was like, don't do that anymore. Just point at me, you know, just have him throw me, because you can't do that anymore. So
Is Foster?
Master always said, "You make me look good."
What's that? Oh yeah, that's Foster.
Foster Sensei the
Foster
sensei in this, in this picture, or is he who shall not be named?
He's right there. No,
Sensei?
no, he is. So who's in the middle?
Right. Okay. All right. That wasn't okay. Just checked. Who's the person on the end that looks like they're photoshopped in? That person, yeah. Yeah.
That guy? I don't know. I can't remember his name.
Looks like a cardboard cutout that he had in the picture.
He does.
He was like, that's because I struck fear in everyone. No, he was there. I can't remember what his name was. He was I think he got his ninth or 8th cue that weekend. I think Foster Sensei, that's when he got his Shodan, if I remember. Right. And I got my green belt. Right. So it was but that was kind of my point with that whole thing is like, that guy, David Cobb, he started just after me, and he kind of got up to green belt with me, and then he dropped out. Then he came back, and I think he got to brown belt, and he dropped out. Rick Napolitano, I'll probably cover this again on Thursday, but now you got me started. He was there ahead of me. He got his Shodan, well, before I got my green belt. He was a young guy. He was like 17, 18 or whatever. So he left for college, and then he was like Riley. He was like quadruple jointed. So doing 2D with him was like super no fun because like nothing worked. Yeah. Let's see. So that's Partain Sensei, the man with no name. We'll talk more about him on Thursday. That's Owen Gilmore. he was technically the sensei of the dojo when I joined because he slightly outranked Foster Sensei. So he got his shodan. Actually, he got his shodan right when I started. My first class was the class when Hanshi came to the dojo in Fort Smith, my hometown. Remember that video I posted a while back of the empty field that once was our dojo? So my first class, when my first gi, for those of you who haven't heard this before, Hanshi was there because Partain Sensei was in town and they were doing camp and blah blah blah. So my first class, Hanshi tied my belt because I didn't know how to tie my belt, so he tied my belt from first. Yeah, that was kind of cool. And then and that's when when Gilmore Sensei got his shodan. That's Tim Chilcott, who is a Godan when he left our federation. He's not a Godan there. He's a shodan there, but he was a Godan when he got out. Foster Sensei, my sensei, your grand sensei, Ben Sensei, and that's Miriam Gilmore. That's Buck's wife. She was a shodan at the time too. So, and I think she got her black belt when she was pregnant too, because she was like always pregnant. Every time I turned around, they were pregnant.
Is that why she has a white stripe on hers?
Yeah, because it used to be back in the day, female types had a white stripe.
Oh,
But,
I
you
just
know,
figured
we're
it
now
was because there was a black belt on the outside and a white belt on the inside. So
nicely played. He was a surgeon and she was a pediatrician, and she was always pregnant. And I asked him one time, I said, Buck, they taught you what causes that, right? Like in medical school, between the two of you should have figured that out. And he's just like, whatever.
job security.
Anyway, so this is, yeah, exactly. So but anyway, this is the picture for you mentioned, kind of. This is a picture I posted in our text group just because on Thursday I've got a couple other photos queued. I'll try and find some more and maybe we can talk about it at the end of class.
Right.
So,
It's a cool picture.
It is kind of cool. I mean, it's a time and a place, you know. So yeah, I mean, the thrust of that, you know, especially like for Kyle, because I really wanted Kyle there for that. I'm gonna make sure he's gonna be there on Thursday. Is just talk about, you know, like since I started training in like 86 or 87, whenever I started, till now, like how many people have, you know, not finished the path, not that the path is ever finished, but, you know, has not, you know, that have dropped out, people we've trained with. There's, I mean, guys that started when I started, we were in lockstep all the way, and then they just, and, you know, life and stuff happens. So, you know, some people you train with, and it's a great thing, and some people you train with, it's maybe they're not so great. But it all adds up, and it all kind of makes you the wonderful martial artist you can be.
All right, Sensei.
Chloe?
Cool.
I get it. Drink some water. And Ben, if you come on Thursday, are you going to go train with Sensei on Thursday? Are you guys locking?
Yeah, we have our class on Thursdays.
Okay, fine. Well, I'll record it. You can play it for him and tell him I'm talking about him one way or the other. And tell him I'll send the money for using the man with no name's name.
The dollar.
Yeah, you got to put $1 in the jar anytime you say his name. So, anyway,
if you say it three times, does he magically appear?
You better hope not. I hope not. Let's see. Let me choose my virtual background once again. Why can't I choose my virtual background? Why won't it let me get over there? What is it with the chicanery? There it is. So, as I remember, the footwork matrix that you can see Drew Jansha has on his yoga mat of death, and then I wish I wanted, if I had a camera up here, that'd be cool, because then I'd be like right in the middle of it. So now I can't do the thing, but especially seeing how the camera is really over there. So maybe I should do this one. Will that one work better? Worse? I don't know. So remember when you're doing this, you pick that arbitrary straight line. So just like Drew Jansha did, like we talked about earlier, you can do that on a mat or something like that, or draw it out. It doesn't matter. But you can use that as in this graphic up here, it actually, there's a circle that says the threat. So you know that's forward. But you, it's, I don't know what's it. Anyway, but you know, when then I'm getting off the center line, right? Going up here and then here, getting off the center line, right? Here I'm getting at an angle off the center line. You know, here I'm getting at a real angle off the center line. You know, here I'm getting at a short angle. Here I'm getting at a much wider angle. Am I 90 degrees now? Well, I'm 90 degrees according to this poetry. So what I want to do on this is go back through, and what we'll do is, where did I? Sorry guys. There we go. Many days I really gotta learn how this all works. I need to make the hotkeys. Let's go ahead and do that. Well, what I want to do once again is to get the whole body change thing. So, you know, with your hands up going to the eat position, you know, there's one back on the line. And then if you have a center line simulator that you want to use, you don't have to, but you can. But I want that step back to get, you know, off the line, right? So here's my
Maybe
center
there's
line
an
there
axe
across
over
it.
there I could use.
An axe? Well, you better make sure you're, you know, that'll give some gravity to it. But we're just gonna again walk back through these of, you know, stepping back off the center line at a 45, right? Back, center line 45, right? And then stepping back, center line 45. Stepping back, center line 45, right? And then, so let's just do those first. Now my mat thing keeps slipping. It's starting to annoy me. All right. So we're just going to do those nice and easy, all right? And then we'll do it fast. And we're going to come back in the extent. So the first one is going to be stepping back to 45, right? So your opposite leg, which way you're stepping, that's the way you're going to go.
Excellent.
Cool? Come on. Hips. And then recover. Knee. So. Sheet. Oh, too far on that one. Go. Go. And this one, step your feet up just a little bit. Sits. Hatch. Go. 2. Good deal. You're gonna do the same thing, but you're doing when you do this, what I want you to focus on is when you're stepping on it, is you're stepping, you're not stepping and like, you know, look down, make sure your stance is good. If you do have some sort of center line simulator 5000, you know, make sure you're at a 45, not a 90, right? So like I've got these handy dandy squares here that I can use. And then when you're stepping across and you're not, you know, leaning forward, so your head's above your butt, you're in a good stance. You're just in an 8 stance where your hands are up. If you really want to, you know, make sure that your center line's kind of covered up, you can have it like this, but that leaves you open. So I want to close it in. Remember, you want your thumbs to be able to touch, right? So it's coming in. Black belts, I encourage you to move your hands when you're doing it. So when you make that move, you know, go ahead and move your hands where you're like parrying or whatever. So that way you're covering your center line and your hands are moving with them. Kind of like a Huba drill, right? But just by yourself. All right, what you know. And you know, green belts and white belts, you can do it too. Come on, so do it a little bit faster. Stand the balls of your feet. Hips. Knee. So. Sheet. Go. Oops. 6. Hatch. Balls of your feet. Scoop. Juke. make sure when you take that step and you come across, make sure that lead foot, if I can get the lead foot 5,000, make sure that lead foot pivots, right? So you want that guy to stand. Don't change and let that knee stay where it is and that foot where it is, because you're just going to put a whole bunch of torque on that knee. So get on the balls of your feet, you know, if at all possible, be on the balls of your feet. That way, when you step around, it should move.
Nice and safe.
Back, right? That's super duper important, especially on, you know, these surfaces. You'll probably be attacked at the yoga class. And if you are, you'll be on a yoga mat and your foot won't move. And then, you know, Gandhi help you if anything's going to finish it. So balls of your feet nice and, matter of fact, let's do that, because that's kind of a nice flowy move. On that, usually you're going to come up on the balls of your feet and pivot, right? And make sure you're coming down, toe, heel, on the balls of your feet, not flat. Don't sink your weight down on your butt. Bend your knees a little bit and make sure you're coming into that stance, right? And then back,
Nice and safe.
right? Up on the balls of your feet, back down. These are all basics, but we all need to do them. And at black belt level, it's even more important for us to do them because our stances are smaller, our circles are smaller, and it's easy to get that lost.
Nice
And
and safe.
over exaggerating right now is probably not a bad thing, because usually you'll be wearing shoes or something. So, you know, anyway, all right, what you know. I'm going to get more on my center line simulator, 5,000. Come on, hits. Balls your feet. Knee. Don't. Balls your feet. Feet. Chin up, Sarah, be proud. Go. There you go. It's karate, you got no reason to be up. Nice, Ben. Six. Hatch. Two. You. All right. Now, because I've been inspired by Ben Shinkan, you're going to do the same thing, man. So those feet are going to come in. You're going to come in and oops, and then wow, my body change really worked. You're going to come in and do it and get that stance, and move that hand and parry it out of the way, right? Parry it out of the way again. I want to both. It's like you're doing a knife hand and then punch. I don't care which hand you move it with. I want it to feel natural. So step 1, 1, 2, bam, and then come back. Step 1, 2. You're just doing essentially a kakuke. You can call it a double bone or a single bone. You know, double. I don't care. Just move those hands like you're building a hand punch. You're moving it out of the way. Maybe controlling it and catching it, and boom, punch. If it's your lead foot and your lead hand, nice jab. Bring it back to kind of an 8 stance, and then come to the middle. Tight.
Hey.
Come on. Boop. Hit. There you go. Neat. Remember, you're punching on your center line, but you're off their center line. Go. Shoot. Go. Rook. Sit. Hatch. Two. Two. Good deal. Questions, comments, concerns?
Yes, Sensei.
I'll take this as no. All right, so next thing, section 2, you're going to, instead of stacking over the center line, which as we know really goes in the real world, you're going to step back with that foot. Right? So if you don't have a center line to step over, get over there. Luckily, I have a mobile center line. It's you're basically shifting back on your step, right? So you're not stepping over, You're shifting back.
To a
If you're
45,
doing that, then to a
to a
45.
45 or to a 90.
45.
Right.
It may look like a 90 here. I assure you it's 45.
Hey, Sensei.
See if I can get that going on. Whoop. All right. So, stepping across. You should be at a 45, right? So it's, I'm checking. My gauge is this, so
Right.
look at my squares. Right. Come back. Whoops. See, I almost step back. Right. So again, same thing with that. Keep your head above your butt. You're not coming in. Just do that a couple times real quick. Nice and slow, but real quick.
Right.
Come on. Hits. Back to the middle. Knee. Stomp. Fingers touch. Sheet. Go. Rope. Hitch. There you go. Hatch. Shoot. Shoot. Good. All right. Now, same thing, just like we did on the last one. You're going to step back. This one. So your lead foot, kaku, parry, pass, whatever you want, parry, pass, and strike. If you want to do a parry in a, like in a hanshi thing, that's cool too. Okay, I just want it to feel natural. I want your hands and feet to kind of engage with where your granola is. So if I'm standing off, they're punching like, whoa, and now my stance is where it needs to be. So now I can do a punch here, punch there, kick, whatever it is. Go and do your hands, but I want both hands engaging and both from protecting your center line. Because even though you've punched, maybe you're at the tip of their hand, you did the body change, and now you're, out here instead of being kind of in here. You don't let them come in. You never know. It's dynamic. So.
Nice and thick.
Right. Hits. Knee. Stomp. Shoot. Go. Rope. Pitch. Hatch. Cue. You. Moichido. Hits. Knee. Stomp. Shoot. Go. Rope. Pitch. Right. Hatch. Cue. You. Good. All right. Good job, sir. So, yeah, controlling this center line is kind of a booger. It's a super important component of our system, and so one of the reasons why I'm really harping on it now is because the more I think about it, the more that, again, since we can't really hit each other, we might as well work on our footwork.
Nice and thick.
So the day when we can't hit each other, will do it really well. So along that line, when you're doing it, make sure you're not coming back and a lot of weight's going back, right? Coming back and you're sinking back here, so it's coming back and you're doing here. You still want to keep all that granola right in the middle. So whatever pivot point it is, when you do that pivot point, you still need to keep that weight. Your stance kind of short. Actually, kind of probably be overly sensitive to how wide your stance is, because as Benshin Khan and Judansha knows, that your Tai Sabak stance doesn't get wider, right? You get smaller, right? Because that's number one rule of the dojo.
Small tie spot, small circles.
Yeah. Bigger circles get smaller, right? So when you're doing this, eventually you're just gonna be doing like that, bam, bam, right? So you'll be, doing small circles. Yeah. So and you see that in kata. You see that in like a lot of moves in kata. And you're doing that. Some systems for Pinan Nidan or whatever, they do really nice big circles. Sometimes do small circles. You can see that in Shuto. The way we do Shuto, and then the way we do Shuto at black belt is different than the way other systems do Shuto, like from the get-go, right? And there's arguments to be made for all of those, and that's a beer for another time. But the circle is always going to get smaller. Every style that any system I've ever trained with people and done stuff, I've never seen their techniques get bigger. I've always seen their techniques get smaller. So, and our footwork gets smaller. So that's something we need to be focusing on pretty big. All right, we did that way. We did that way. All right, so number next. Any questions or comments? You can get a drink of water if you need to, because I need to.
Hey.
Ben, do you have one of those footwork things drawing on your floor over there? Because you totally could. No? Okay.
One of the things I was thinking, Sensei, is even after we get back to the dojo, if we end up in the same place, it might still be good to have these and bring these to class, because that way you can have them and we can do it. We don't have to put stuff down on the floor since we share space. If we wanted to do things with these drills, specifically with this.
Yeah, I have puzzle mats, 4-inch tape.
Yeah. See, so you got them kind of built in there. Yeah. Well, one of the things that I kind of wanted to talk to him about doing in the future is I've been to like Eskrima and Kali schools, and they'll have them like all around. They'll have them all over the floor, so people can practice footwork wherever they're on the floor. And so maybe if we get some really good high quality tape that he's okay with us putting on that wood floor. And maybe we can just put them out and leave them there. Just have something, we can just leave them there. But we'll see. What's going on? Anyway, so number next. So same thing. So you're stepping across and back, right? Both hands, and then I want you to cross the center line again. So you're going to cross the center line 2 times. Villain referee comes in. You're going to block 1, block 2, maybe punch him. All right, then the hand's going to be moving again, and you're going to do the same thing, right? Just come back around. All right, and so this is not dancing. You're not going, feeling the night fever or anything like that. You're doing the body change, and you're getting your stance, and you should be mostly a 45, right? Do your technique, whatever you want to feel like it is. But then, in the virtual ninja that you're fighting still hasn't fallen yet, and maybe you want to throw him. Maybe he's did a counter punch, and so you're blocking that on and shutting him down. Either way, okay. I'm not going to dictate how you feel. I just want you to do a technique because I want the technique to feel comfortable. So again, so you're going to step back to the 45, do a technique, step forward, square up, and then back to that 45 again. And when you go back to that second 45, make sure you're not going to a 90. You're not going to a 90. You're going to a 45. Because then you're going to like break that leg. No. Hey. Straight out. Come on. Hits. There you go. Don't make it too complicated. Go. Whoop. Sit. Hatch. Coop. Two. Ah, there we go. Good. So it should feel natural. It should feel smooth. What I was doing, I especially encourage the black belts among us, and you know who you are, to take that step and do it, and get both hands going, trap, control, strike, come back down. I'm in my stance again. I come back around, and and then whatever. So when I come back around, your stance, Ben and Drew, was when you get that second stance, it really should be smaller, because that's probably going to be a throw or something like that. And I know, like Aikido, if you want like a whole lot of emphasis, but you're not, because you're going to be hanging on to something, you're going to be cracking something over, you're going to be throwing them into a wrist lock or punching them or whatever. So you're going to be in close. So you don't want to be out far, because the head tuchus connection will be destroyed at that point. And that is no good. All right, now, tell me this. I don't even know.
It's 8:18.
Oh, we got plenty of time. 50 whole minutes. All right. The same thing on this one. On this one, you're going to step across, hands up, and I want you to do a leg block. All right. So that when you put it down, when you put that foot down, you're not coming back to a heikadatch, coming back to a forward stance, right? And come back. So it's coming up. Bam. Right. You're not at a 90. You're at a 45. And what that is someone's kicking or something, you're moving out of the way, the kick's going to come this way, and you're going to bring that knee up. You're either going to knee them in the leg, you're going to drive your knee in the leg, you're doing a shin kick, but either way, remember what's the number one rule of the dojo?
Knees up.
Knees up. Every kick starts and stops the same way, right? So you want that foot cocked and ready to go. It's not going to be hanging out down there, right?
Right.
Boom, block one. If you want to do a counter, put it back down. You're back in your front stance. You should still be at a 45, and then come in and do the same thing. Right? Foot down, toe heel, back to the middle. Right?
Right.
And don't pull your weight up. All right? Come in, get a good stance, and block. Put it down. Come in, get a good stance, block. Put it down.
Hi, Sensei.
Come on. Balls your feet. Hips. See that kick coming in. See where your shin's going to meet. There you go. Neat. So. See. Yep. Yep. Don't look down too much, Sarah.
I'm having trouble with the shifting on this side.
Uh-oh. Well, we need to get a new side. Where are we at? Pitch.
Go.
Or go, even better. There you go. Good. Sit. Hatch. Juke. Floor house.
Floor house, is that what you said?
Just everything with emphasis in this dojo was always block house, whatever. In this case, the floor here, and going to the floor. All right, so I'm sure you've asked yourself, when am I ever going to use a side shin kick / Zempo Yokogeri? Big flip in a drill right now. So same thing, you're gonna come up, come back, lift your leg up, do the block, and then you can either call it a Zempo Yokogeri, a front side kick, or you can call it a side shin kick. I don't care which. So come back, block up, bam, come back up, right? When you're doing this, don't shift your weight back to the kick, because the whole purpose of both of those kicks is to keep, your weight down here. When you guys are doing them, right, all your granola is right here.
Hi, Sensei.
Right? You're not out here thrusting. So I change back, block that, maybe block that kick and bam, pushing down. Now, the reason why I'm talking about doing this is another version of a stop kick. So
right,
if you adhere to the system's number one rule, right, and you get that knee up, maybe they're doing a low mwashigeri, maybe they're doing a push kick, maybe they're doing a really sloppy nageri, either way. But when I bring that knee up, I want my knee up above them. So if I get my foot above their foot, and then I can push it down, right? So instead of, maybe I'm not kicking them, maybe I'm just misdirecting that kick. Kick comes in, move it out of the way, come back. Right? So if you're thinking about your Zempo Yokogeri and your Shotogeri as just a kick, it's also a block. Okay? All right. So you're going to come in nice and slow, step back, block up, push down, block up, come back. You should be at a 45, right?
Hi,
Come
Sensei.
back, do it again. Up, down, back, up, at a 45. Don't put your hands down though. Keep your hands up.
Hi, Sensei.
All right, once more with feeling. It's looking good, guys. Come on. Hit. Knee. Don't. Sheet. Go. Rope, take that half a beat to get your stance. Keep your hands up all through the move. Rope. There you go. Good, Sarah. Hutch. Shoot. Good. Once more, feeling. Shoot. Good, 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 good. Okay. So now we're going to do the same thing, but instead of making it a shotogeri or Zempo Yokogeri, you're going to make it a sweep. Right? So sweep or scoop, call it what you will. Maybe something that you may have seen in a kata somewhere along the line. I don't know. So taking that step back, right? And so instead of coming up for a block here, maybe this is their foot. Maybe I'm inside their footwork. I'm inside their stance, on the inside of the stance here. So doing that body change up and I'm swinging it up. Yep, just like that. It's a scoop kick. Call it what you want to do. So same thing. So down here, move it out, move it out, move it up, whatever. Right, and then my getty. Change it over, scoop it up, my getty. So when you're scooping it up, you're scooping it up. It's really, it's like you're receiving that kick. The kick's gone past, and you're moving it out of the way with your leg. So the leg is up or out of the way, and then you're going to do a my-getty to that 45. So it's really important that you're paying attention to your 45, at a 90.
Nice.
Because what's the number one rule of the dojo? I feel I've
Knees
gotten away
bent.
from the number one rules of the dojo. What's that?
Knees bent.
No. It rhymes with that, though.
Sorry.
Intent, right? Yeah, intent, right? I intend to be at a 45. Whether I really am, but I intend to be at a 45. Okay? 45,
Right.
45-ish. So again, step back, scoop, my getty. If you want to get your hands in play, so black belts. So when you're doing this, think about passing that, maybe they put a hand out. Maybe they're doing maybe you're fighting a Shotokan guy, and he's going, oh, man, right? So body change, pass that around, grab, scoop, bam, and then kick. But get both of those hands in play. Look, there's that Matsumura X that I always talk about.
Hey, Sensei.
Come on. It's neat. Don't. Sheep. Go. Whoop. Good. Switch. Get those hands up, Sarah. Keep the hands up, Sarah.
Oh, keep the hands off. Okay.
Two. There you go. So the mindset you got to put in is, it doesn't matter if this person is standing here and going like this. Now we fight, or someone comes up like, yeah, what's up, bro? What's up? Or, they come up and go like, okay, now we're going to do it. It doesn't matter how they're attacking you, right? They're attacking you. So keep your hands up.
Hi, Sensei.
I think
They get that for, and my favorite question from anybody who ever talks to me about self-defense is, how do you defend against a sucker punch?
You don't.
You don't.
Get a second?
By its very definition. Say again?
I said you don't let them get a second?
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
You don't let them do a second, right? I mean, or if they did, you nullify the bit, so there was a
Better situational awareness.
right. Yeah, I mean, yeah. My close personal friend Ian Abernathy had training this weekend, and a lot of the drills he did was basically what we're doing right now, and what we have been doing, by the way. Ian, if you're watching, is doing stuff like that. But one of the things he always does in his drills is he comes at it from a defense, like you're protecting your head, protecting your center line, you're doing whatever. So it doesn't matter what you're doing, you're keeping your hands up. For our system, we want to keep our hands here doing stuff. Even if we, somebody punches, you get that, and you pull that hand here, and you bring it back to the belt, as you often will. So that way your chi gets channeled to the other side of your body. This hand will still be protecting your center line. It'll be here doing something. Because this hand is doing something. It's holding on to somebody. It's pulled them down. It's grabbed their hair. It's done something. This hand is also doing something, right? So when you're doing these drills, that's why I want you to keep these hands in motion. I don't care what they're doing. I don't care what block you're doing. Well, I care a little bit about what they're doing. But, because if someone comes in and just starts wailing at you and stuff like that, I mean, you got to kind of cover up. The purpose of maintaining your head above your butt, the purpose of not sinking your weight and dropping it all the way back is because you're absorbing all that energy. If your weight is back here on the back of your leg and they're coming this way, it's a little bit harder to kind of move around, for one. Two, it makes it much easier for you to keep going that way, which is what they want when they're pushing, shoving, whatever's going on, right? So you want to stay on the balls of your feet, because if that weight comes in and he's wailing, and I body change, it doesn't matter if I do, shotogiri, doesn't matter if I do a scoop kick, doesn't matter if I do a stop kick, doesn't matter if I do a maigeri, doesn't matter if I do a washigiri. My hands are still going to be here doing something, protecting me, controlling them, looking for a stick. Hey, look, stick. See, they're always laying around. So, yeah, these guys always need to be up and need to play. And when you're doing a drill like this, they can't go to rest, right? So it may be apocryphal, but there's that story about some police officer that, some guy attacked him with a knife while he was on the beat, and he disarmed him with the knife, and then he gave it back to him, because in his dojo, that's what they do when they train. They take the knife away and they give it back, and that person attacks him. And I heard that thing for decades, and I can see again where that built that in, right? But so at no time do I want us to just drop our hands.
I believe an officer did that with a firearm once.
Yeah, it's yeah. I mean,
And handed it back, and then the dude shot him.
Right, exactly. So, when I was watching a Krav Maga class one time, and they were doing knife drills, and the guy, they came over the knife, and the person would do their super secret massage techniques and take the knife away, and he stepped back like this, and then he went back and got him. And I was like, okay, you've gotten 4 feet back from the person. Now you've got to clear that 4 feet and come back at him, and hope they don't have a second. I was like, that's okay. Now that's arguably no longer defense. You're now attacking that person. Stop cutting me! Stop cutting me! So anyway, to that end, so when you're doing that and you're doing the transition between these drills, same thing like when we are doing, black belt drills like Ippon Kumite stuff or freeform, whatnot. When you're doing that one technique and whatever, and you go to transition, you don't drop. You're not resetting at this point. Bill and referee is coming, he's punching, I block him, boom, I hit him. Maybe I've disrupted his stance. I'm putting it down. But these hands, I've got to hold them somewhere. Boom, I'm hitting somewhere. I'm still hitting them, and then I'm maybe going in for an armbar crank or. But these hands are still going to be working, so don't drop them.
Hi, Sensei.
Always keep them in play. Someone rule the dojo. If it's not, it's not already. And also, from a defense standpoint, don't ever stand around like that.
Got it.
Hi, Sensei.
Because someone puts their hands right here and jams you up. And you got to get this hand out of here or this hand out of here. Stand like this, like I Dream of Jeannie. Because that way, when they put your hand and they smush it down here, you got this one.
Hi, Sensei.
Good to know.
So, vice versa. And we've even got, it's gunting. That's what they call it in Kali, I think. Where you do we saw it in Cobra Kai. For those of you who watch Cobra Kai, when he went back to the old country, when they did that, the pressure point strikes, stuff like that. That's what it is. Or any of the katas that are like that. Anywho, so
I think
when
there's
you're in the
one
dojo, don't stand around like that. I read that too, but I don't. Anyway, I don't know. That's not my fight. They didn't ask me because they won't freaking talk to me. It's just. Oh, hey, it's time. Anyway, okay, good job. Any questions, comments, or concerns?
Yes.
Yeah, Sensei.
Yeah. All right. Cool. I kind of have some more drills set up on that, but we're going to do that, and also some kata-based drills that are going on. So the homework for the black belts on my screen is to take a chunk of your favorite kata and apply it using that. So and just for clarification, so we only did the back half of that arrow, right? Wait, no,
Right.
let me get it back. Where's it at? Where am I at? I really need to keep that up. So we only did this part of it down here, and we didn't touch about this part about going forward, right? Ow! I just stepped on my center line 5,000. I need a pointer. So we didn't even cover going forward, and going forward, right? And going forward and turning 45. And going so we haven't even got this part of it yet. We're just down here. So, so FYI, there's more stuff, everything, and probably for you, Sarah, pretty much, I mean, because all your kata right now are pretty much staying, you know, here on the sort of the back half, right?
Mhm.
But, you know, you do, yeah, so, but, you know, we do kind of step forward and start moving. So, remember that there's more compass going on, and 45 is, this is a linear art, you know, but that's also linear. It's just at a 45. So we need to keep that, and keeping the light on your feet, I think, is, especially if you just happen to be on a yoga mat. Those puzzle mats that Ben has are probably not as sticky, but you never know what kind of surface you're going to be on, because you don't get to pick your battlefield usually.
Hey, Sensei.
Cool. All right, let's wrap it up if there's nothing left to say.
Kyotsuke.
Gotcha.
Ushiro mo atte migi, gito obenaus. Hai. Come. Sensei ni de. Domo arigatou gozaimasu, Sensei.
Hey, domo arigatou gozaimasu.
Sensei ni de. Sayonara, Sensei.
Sayonara, everybody.
That's some
Let's
petty.
figure this out. Mudancha.
Mudanchu. Right.
Go hi.
Oh, hi. Neat. Right?
Yay. It's weird because we can't turn to each other, so that's gonna be.
Right.
And do the Brady Bunch thing. Yeah, cool.
You just
So,
pretend to use your 45s.
say again?
I said you just pretend
Yeah.
and use your 45s.
There we go. All right, now we're gonna make one. I wish you could like I just did an update on Zoom. I don't know if you guys did it, and I let you, if you have multiple screens, so like I could put a couple of you over here and a couple of you over here. I wish it would let you force the order, so that way we would all have the same order when we do the gallery view. So that way, if I said Ben, that would be.
How do you do
know.
that?
I know what?
The splitting.
Do you have
of
multiple screens?
Screen. Yes.
If you go in the little
The mirror my video.
3-dot box. No, if you go to on the gallery view,
Oh,
click on the little blue dots on whatever screen is.
Yeah.
It'll say pin to first screen, pin to second screen, or whatever.
Oh.
I can put you in the waiting room if I want. Don't make me.
It just says pin. I don't know why. Anyway. I don't know why.
Did you
Maybe he didn't
update it? Because he said he updated.